Kyler Murray homework clause. You may have heard of the sanity clause. He's got a homework clause in his contract. If you didn't hear, they gave him $230 million, I think $160 million guaranteed, but he has to do 4 hours of independent study every week where he watches film of the opponent. I thought all quarterbacks were doing that. What do you think of this?
Iggy, 4 hours a week or a day?
I don't know. I thought it was a week. Hold on, let me see. Kyler Murray.
A week?
Homework. Let me find out. Four hours each week. 4 hours a week.
Okay, I want to talk. I want to talk about this first.
Okay.
And then we'll get into Kyler Murray. I thought it was 4 hours a day. You know, when I first started and Joe Montana came in, now they read the playbook on their tablet or their computer. Yeah. They used to have a loose leaf binder. It was red and it was a thick mother. It was really thick. Joe was always studying it. He's probably studied it 4 hours a day. But who was he? He was just Joe Montana.
Right.
Iggy, whenever I go up to Rockland for their training camp, Joe always walked around carrying the loose leaf binder. It was like an appendage to his arm. Yeah. So the idea that they have to sort of beg or bribe or threaten this kid to study 4 hours a week is pathetic. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's pathetic. I mean,
you got to come louder.
I think it is pathetic. It doesn't speak well for Kyler Murray, but it also doesn't speak well for the Cardinals. It's like it's a real FU from him to them. He doesn't respect them at all. He doesn't respect their coach, their organization. Maybe if he was on another, he's really young. He's like 25. Maybe he would learn to be that player for another coach, but it doesn't seem like they're the right fit for him and for them to go into business with him anyway, but to try to make this some kind of clause, like it seems like a really weak attempt to take control of a situation they've lost control of.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
What I would say, and we chatted about it earlier today, shame on the Arizona Cardinals. Shame on them. They never should have extended him. They should have said, we think your study habits stink. We're not going to extend you. Show us that you're committed to us, then we'll be committed to you in a year from now. That's what I would have done, Iggy.
Yeah, I mean, that's what the Ravens are doing with Lamar. It's not about his study habits. They just have questions about him, and they have the fifth-year option. He was under their contractual control for 5 years. Same with Kyler Murray there. Like, why are you so scared? Why are you so quick to give him an extension when you clearly have questions about him? And this is how you handle it? It just seems like the weakest thing ever. You'd be better off trading him if you don't believe in him, or at least waiting.
That's what I think. And Iggy, he's a good quarterback. Would you call him elite, or would you say he's a big-time winner?
He hasn't proven that yet. What he's shown, he's been in the league 3 years, and he's shown that on his best day, he's as good as any quarterback in the league, but he's inconsistent and young, and he hasn't done anything in the playoffs yet. Nothing.
And Iggy, he sometimes doesn't see open receivers.
Yeah, because he's like 5'7".
Got
he's
it.
Really quick though. I mean, he's an excellent athlete, and I mean, him not prepared is probably better than like Jimmy Garoppolo prepared. But still, like, this is embarrassing. And again, your point is, if you actually have an issue with the way Kyler Murray does his work, don't reward him, because they rewarded him. What they did was reward him, but then say, but you better do your homework. Like, no, you just gave me $230 million. I'm not going to do my homework.
I'm with you. I'm not going to. Now, look, there's a theory going around, but I want to be clear. We are not reporting this as fact. This is just a fun theory that may or not be true, but it's too good not to talk about. Right, Iggy?
Yes.
And what, that video game thing?
Yes.
So you have to phrase it all in hypotheticals and allegedlys.
Well, the thing that's so funny about this whole story is that it's not just that he has to watch the film. It's that he has to, because they can monitor that. It's in an iPad. They watch how long you've been in the iPad. They can time it. They timed it for Colin Kaepernick and Blaine Gabbert. But it's like, you can't have the TV on when you're watching You can't be playing video games when you're watching the film. Like, how would you know? And how could you even enforce that? And what other things is he doing when he has his iPad open?
What other things is he allegedly doing?
Yeah, allegedly. Could he be doing?
That's right. You got to be very careful, Iggy.
Yeah, you too, Dad. He could be painting an accent wall in his man cave.
He could be learning to do the rumba.
He could be ordering pieces of furniture for his new place. And when you order it through the mail, you have to put it together yourself. It takes a lot of time.
He could be reading through the Encyclopedia Britannica from A to Z, and maybe he's on LMNOP.
He could be learning how to speak Russian.
He could be playing video games.
He could be hunting.
Hunting.
He could be gardening. He might have a green thumb.
He could be baking.
He could be baking. Yeah. Yeah. It's true.
But the point is, when you get paid $160 million guaranteed, you probably ought to be studying the playbook. Clearly, there's some doubt on the part of those idiot Cardinals. I would insist, how about 2 hours a day, 7 days a week?
I just don't understand how you give $230 million to a player. You have to insist something like this for.
Yeah.
And to me, why I like Trey Lance and why Kyle Shanahan likes him and why they went into business with him is they don't have these questions with him.
Right.
He's got the Alex Smith temperament. He wants to do the work. He likes the work. He likes football. I guess Kyler Murray's attitude is like, yeah, I like football, but I also like baseball and video games and all kind of stuff. And I'm great at everything. Like, Trey's into football. That's good.
Iggy, rank the starting quarterbacks in the NFC West.
Matthew Stafford, Kyler Murray, Trey Lance, Drew Lock. Kyler Murray's really good. I'm just saying. He's really good. I don't care. He's hella good.
He's really good?
Yes. He's 5'8", so you don't really think of him as being an amazing athlete, but he's probably one of the best athletes I've ever seen in my entire life. He was a top 10 pick in 2 sports. How many people have ever been that? Ever? He'd be a really good baseball player right now if he played that sport. I'm just saying. He's like Bo Jackson, but 5'7".
I was going to say Bo Jackson.
Yeah, he's the Bo Jackson. He's like the mini version of Bo Jackson.
The mini Bo.
What you talking about? Willis says they're going to pull a Jamarcus Russell and not put any plays or teams on his touchpad. Did you hear that story?
No.
They gave Jamarcus Russell a tape, and they're like, "We want you to watch this. This is like the blitz packages from the upcoming opponent. You got to watch this." And it was a blank tape.
And why did they give him
to test him? They thought he wasn't watching. It was before iPad, so they gave him a blank tape. They said it was something, and he didn't watch it. Came back, and they were like, "All right, what'd you think?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, I saw all the blitz packages. I saw what you meant." And they're like, so apparently that's what they did to him.
Whoa.
Yeah. Interesting. Sorry, Jamarcus. There was one more. Hold on. Why should Kyler even study 4 hours per week if he is just going to be running from Bosa? I get it. Says Steven.
Well, he does play other teams.
That's a good point.
He doesn't play the Niners 17 times.
Am I still blurry?
Yeah.
I don't know why. I guess it's because I got to get a stronger connection. This is really chapping my hide. It chaps my hide, Dad.
You look a little blurry to me.
I'm sorry. I'll figure it out.
It could be that I'm old.
No, it's on me. It's me. It's my first day back in my office, and I guess my Wi-Fi's across I got to figure out a better connection. Sorry about that.
But before, when we did it, you weren't blurry.
I don't know what's going on. Maybe I got to restart it. I'm doing a speed test over here. It says I got it. Ample.
Anyway, don't worry about it now because we're almost done. Don't worry about it now.
Yeah, well, I'll figure it out. I think we are done. I don't think we got nothing else to talk about. You got anything else you want to talk about?
Not really. What I do want to say is, and this is sincere, although I don't cover sports anymore, I'm very excited that training camp is starting because it means the football season is starting. And that's a big deal. And Iggy, I want you to know sincerely, I'm very interested each day in your videos, your reports, and the good and the not so good, because I know it sounds like Lowell's plugging his kid. Of course I am, but I learn from those good and not so goods. Because I've been there. You really take serious notes. You don't talk to any other reporters. You're on your own. You're taking serious notes. And I see that. And I learn from what you do.
Thanks, Dad. I appreciate it. This is a big time of the year for me. I take it very seriously. And I hope I deliver this year the way I think I have in the past.
I'm sure you will.